We live.
What's up, Pablo? Bring us in, King.
Now y'all have me in here waiting for the introduction song and all that. I'm just sitting here with my hat to the left. But all right, here we go.
Warning, the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
Ah, yeah, babies. We walking right back in the doors. The gate is so shined up. The brim so sharp as a tack. You already know we back. So you already know we came through for GMFATLA. Ah, what? I mean, how can I put this? Today, I'll put it like this. We're going to be brutal. We're going to be blunt. We're not going to spare feelings. Today is going to be facts over feelings because we got to get our Black house in order. Emotional Negroes, you might not want to hear this. You might want to tune out now. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. The Donald has breaking many of Negroes' hearts. The Donald has Negroes having nervous breakdowns. The Donald have senors and senoritas having nervous breakdowns. He came in basically banging. Day one in office, he just came in banging on the rainbow. Everybody, he handled his white power business. So
Came in like a wrecking ball.
and they just in tears. They distraught. They need mental health appointments. But here's the thing. So the topic we want to touch on in particular to us, because whether you like it or not, there are two. I'm gonna say it again. There are two diametrically opposed Black Americas, and one of us is not about the advancement of Black people. One of us is not about the empowerment of Black people. One of us is not about Black economics. One of us is not about the restoration of the traditional Black family and our overall well-being. So that being said, DEI. This was something that was advanced by Barack. I won't. Well, you know who he is. I'll say his real name, Barry Soetoro. This, aka Barack Obama. So this was something that was advanced by Barack Obama, which was basically the Trojan horse to usher in the aggressive rainbow mafia agenda at our expense. So fast forward to now, when you go online, and if you've been online, you've seen Negroes online not only having nervous breakdowns, but picking up their swords and shields to go save the immigrants, go save the rainbow, go save all these different other groups, because they feel like they need to go throw themselves onto the cross or burn at the stake on behalf of everyone else. So let's pause right there and get into the discussion about DEI, because this is the thing right here. When we're talking about Black America, like I said, there's two different Black Americas. Now, the Black America we're about to get in on is, we'll just call them Black Democrats. Black Democrats, whether you like it or not, and I know some of you are listening, you are not for Black America. What you are basically for is for the advancement of the agenda of massa while having tan skin. You are basically, it's basically all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You are working against the best interest of your own people. When you see a goofball, a coon goofball like Al Sharpton leading Black people back into the burning house, so to say, then that tells you everything you need to know. So when you have a group of Black people, and unfortunately you know what? I won't say unfortunately. I don't think they're no longer the majority of Black America. I think just a lot of us are afraid of the backlash from family members and friends and whatnot if we just come on out of the proverbial closet that we're no longer Democrats. I think that the Democrat chocolate Titanic has struck the iceberg and is taking on heavy water. But like I said, the Black Democrat is in the business of advancing white supremacy. So you look at the AKAs, you look at Black Hollywood with Steve Harvey and all these clowns and individuals. You look at Bowling Ball Martin. None of them are advancing a Black agenda. They're using a facade of a Black agenda to advance white supremacy while lining their pockets is basically what's going on. And we reached a point to where we are at critical mass. Our backs are against the wall. We can no longer tolerate this going on in broad daylight, going on freely. Here in LA, we got upwards of 6 Black people perishing per day out at bus stops in the rain, in the freezing cold. One of our own, General Abron, his blood sister, just a couple of weeks ago, perished at a bus stop. And this is a gentleman that's out fighting for reparations, fighting for housing and things like that. And his own sister ends up unaliving at the bus stop. So the Black church, the Black Boule, all these different Black groups, and I think for definition's sake, I think we should start naming these groups, and so we can identify them, so we can know exactly what it is that we're dealing with. Because I think we've been afraid to just call a spade a spade. So what says y'all?
That whole King.
Gonna be some trouble now.
So much truth. So much truth. Can I jump in?
Trouble.
Let me tell you. Can we, as a UEOA, the United Enterprise of Equivalent, I'm sorry, I love to break things down and make things transparent and very layman in terms, because we assume people know things, and you see people nod their head and just kind of smile and just kind of go along. But I don't think a lot of people understand what's really going on. So even like with the conversation with DEI, I don't think a lot of people know what that even means, what that even stands for, let alone means, so we have to break those things
break
down.
that down for him.
Break it down, King. I was like where you was going. Break it down.
I thought you were going to explain I was just going to explain the acronym to him. Diversity. What was it?
Diversity.
Let me play something. Let me play something for y'all. Let me play something for y'all when it comes down to DEI.
Yeah, remember.
Yeah, let me play something for y'all when it comes. Yes. Hold on one second. I know what you're saying.
I'll let you play the video.
To play the
fair use.
Okay, this is the fair use, and we're using this for educational purposes to educate our people and let our people know exactly, what's going on. So
shout out to
getting ready
Jack
to play the video.
We see you.
And this person is kind of breaking down DEI. Now, DEI, we're not saying that it hasn't benefited a few Black people, but listen to this.
Real F around and find out moment is here. A lot of people are looking at the Black community thinking that we are the recipients and benefactors of DEI programs and affirmative action programs. And I know affirmative action is no longer, but whenever they hear the term DEI or they hear the term affirmative action, they look to the Black community thinking that we are the benefactor. Now, here's some information for you. The #1 recipient of DEI are white women. That is according to the U.S. Department of Labor. And others fall under that group, under the minority group, the ethnic minority. #1 recipient under that group are Black.
Did it play all the way, y'all? Because my phone is acting up for some reason.
It just stopped.
Yeah, it was nice and clear. Yeah, it played.
It just information for people to understand.
Y'all can hear me, right? Let me make sure.
Yes, we can hear you, D-Man.
Yeah, the video. Yeah, I mean, I was about to say that white women benefit from it. Yeah, I'm glad you played that.
Well, here's the thing.
Because I didn't want to break in. I just wanted to play that while we there, because it shows that everybody has been benefiting but us, and a lot of black people yelling DEI, DEI, and no black person ever filled out an application or got an advanced position because of DEI. And the only reason that most black people are mad is because someone told them to be mad about something they ain't even know nothing about. I land my plane. Go ahead, Queen.
Exactly. You just took the words right out of my mouth. Here's my thing. I know here in our group with the UEOA, we're always connected and we share information, and it's overload. There's so much information that we share. And there was a video, I don't know who sent it in the text, but with the conversation about people boycotting Walmart and Target because they were rolling back on their DEI policies. I was talking to my king about it, and here's the thing. He was like, well, maybe it makes sense if they're paying for people to screen these things and yada, yada. But if you think about it, this is all just propaganda, right? So now Trump is talking about getting rid of DEI, but a whole bunch of other things. But before Trump said that, now the Democrats and everybody else started calling Kamala Harris a DEI. You see the setup here, because she is a DEI, because she was brought in because black women said that we're not going to vote Democrat anymore unless you give us this. And nobody wanted that. But black women accepted it. That is what that is. Here's my thing. If you don't want to hire me off my qualities, why would I want to work there? Why don't we think to ourselves that if everybody's against us, why don't we support one another? But we don't. So you're really not that pressed about it unless you're supporting like you should be. There's a whole lot of black-owned businesses, and you can't keep up with all of them. But is there any effort to support? If you have an issue with a black business, you're quick to tell everybody, that's why I don't mess with black business. That's why I don't mess with black people. But you won't say anything positive. You go to the Asian shops and buy black clothes and black hair and all this stuff, but you don't support black. I don't
DEI shops, DEI shops, as you said, Asian, DEI. Go ahead.
Those aren't DEI shops. That is a disgrace. I have a whole lot of Asian shops.
But no,
here.
they get the loans. See, DEI also cover loans and programs, and we sit back and wonder why black businesses, we got all these. I'm in the grocery store now. It's in a black neighborhood. It's not owned by black people. You got we talking about
Facts.
jobs, but we talking about why would you go to the corner store and the Arabs and all them own the gas stations, but you don't, because they get special loans. They not going through credit checks like us. You know,
And
everybody is
yeah,
benefiting off of.
I think this is where we can hone in on the black problem in all this, because if we look at it on the surface, it looks like something that it's not. So I have a question. Out of all of us on this panel, who benefited the least from DEI, or would have benefited the least from DEI?
I'll say
Black
black
men.
people.
Yeah, that would be me and D Mays. And
Fact.
here's the reason why. Because again, we have to lay the blame for this problem in the lap of black Democrats, and especially those in elected office, because they are basically taking major money to sell us out and use us as expendable foot soldiers for masses agenda and everybody else's agenda. So what has taken place is, when massa started the gender war between black men and women, they've decided now to move forward with elevating black women to a certain status above black men. We all know it. We all see it. And this is really bad problem amongst black female Democrats. That's why 44,000 of them showed up to raise all that money for Kamala Harris. And what they've done is, what's going on here is, when you're talking about DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, when you're talking about this thing, it's like a perverse form of affirmative action that was sold in a lie package wrapped up by Barack Obama. So They have the gender war going on. They've elevated black females to where they're making more than the average black male. And now what goes on is if you go into the workplace or whatever the field is, you'll see that the black person is expected, or the black female is expected to prop the door open for whatever other group wants to piggyback off of our plight in exchange for a higher up position. And that's basically what they've been rolling with. So when Trump pulls the plug on DEI, this is basically affecting the black bourgeoisie, the black boule, and more in particular, black Democrat females, because they're the ones who benefited the most out of anybody black in exchange for selling us out and making this thing like it's something they basically were used as the foot soldier to make it palatable that this is something that's benefiting black people when we all know on the ground that it's not. Because if DEI was benefiting black people, you wouldn't be having 6 people dying a day on the streets of Los Angeles. You wouldn't be having Cop City being built in Atlanta. You wouldn't be having Buckhead trying to break away and become their own municipality. You wouldn't have, just for example, in Atlanta, you wouldn't have had black businesses like TI's business and things like that being targeted by the city.
Facts.
And you wouldn't go in your grocery stores, and then you got all these aisles. Go to your grocery store. They have the aisles for Asian. Mexicans have a whole section. When you call customer service, they ask you, do you want to speak Spanish or English first? But where if it been, where is the black aisles with black foods, African foods? Where's the African languages first? Where is the same inclusion? It's like they're walking around in blackface and we're fighting for them. And that's what they want us to do now again. Be mad and angry and fight for something that we're not benefiting off of. They're getting loans, they're getting positions. You can look around and see, like Pablo's saying, we don't even have nothing, no homeless shelters. Nothing for us. Do you see white people, or do you see Asians and Hispanic people laying on the streets dying from the
I mean,
cold?
like
I'm gonna say this.
we had a 1-year-old black baby girl die at a bus stop at $1 trillion Los Angeles International Airport, and we had all these groups like Hopix, all this money that's been spent. The mother tried to go through all the channels that we're told to go through to no avail, and ended up with a child perishing at a bus stop. So I think the thing here is, when we say willing to go fight for these other groups, willing to sacrifice for these other groups, I think we should just lay it out there and say, this is not people like us. This is not people that call themselves FBA. This is not Freeman. This is not ADOS. This is not UEOA members. What this is black Democrats that are selling this propaganda, that are willing to go sacrifice, willing to go lay it all on the line. I mean, these are the groups of men who are willing to go put on a dress for massa and sashay his way across the sidewalk. These are the group of females who are willing to go exterminate their own children. These are the Negroes who are willing to give their children hormone therapy and put dresses on boys and pantsuits on girls. These are the Negroes who wanted to go yell and scream on behalf of the rainbow. These are the Negroes who wanted to go yell and scream on behalf of white women and all these other different feminist groups. That's the Negroes that we're talking about, and I think it's time to hold them accountable.
Yeah, I want to talk about this real quick. I wanted to kind of get my stuff together. So first of all, this whole DEI thing. So we got Walmart, Target. Target a big talk right now. Al Sharpton them did their little thing going to going to Costco's and shit with 100 black people. Like that's supposed to be some kind of black power movement. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. You giving all your money to damn Costco. I'm like, why? That's not black owned. So anyway, so I was talking about, so yesterday I went to get some gas. So the gas station I go to is like over by Walmart. I was in the parking lot. Black people still going to Walmart. They're not gonna stop going to Walmart and Target. And I posted this
Nor
on
Target.
Facebook. Y'all might have seen them posted. So anyway, this girl posted, one of my friends posted. Now these are all the black businesses now. There's a lot of them in Target, but the thing is, I only know one of them. And Honey Pot, I think the little girl, but it's a bunch of, I want to say at least 60. But here we go. We got Ghetto, Gastro, Bevel, which is Bevel ain't really owned by black no more because he sold that. Tabitha Brown, the Lip Bar, the Ducks, Honey Pot. Y'all heard about Honey Pot. Pair of Thieves, Evolve, Partake, Juanita's Jar. I don't know what it is. Watermelon water, but they spell it different. Verve Wine, Good Foods, Super Gut, Popcorn, Ben's Boys. We gotta do better with our names too. April Unicorn, Houston White, Play Pits, Thread, Beat Rooted, Grugs, what is Juno Glow, Little Muffins, Proud Company, Mocktail Club, Black and Bold Coffee, Dozen Cousins, McBride, Sisters Wine, Capital City, Mambu sauce, Everything Legendary, Miss Richardson, Ava Pet Palace, Unite Foods, the Get Down Coffee. Let me see. So with Brooklyn Tea, I'm just skipping over some of them. Hot and Sauce. It's probably about a good 80 on here. But my thing is, have y'all heard most of these before? And I guarantee you, most of the black people ain't buying these products in there. I guarantee no more than like Tabitha Brown
Well, I don't know if
and
they won't.
probably the Honey Pot. That's it.
I mean, nobody's really thinking
Exactly,
about it like
because we
that. Like
need
with
our
Honey Pot,
own.
Mm-hmm.
when I heard about Honey Pot, like I heard that it was, as far as female, hygiene products, right? Let's be adults here. Like I heard that it was a good product. It didn't have like formaldehyde and parafilms. Like if you don't understand what formaldehyde is, it's embalming fluid. So when you think about putting embalming fluid in your
Wow.
body, so that was my thing with Honey Pot. Then it got big because white women were trying to sue this black woman who was the owner of Honey Pot because they felt like they were not included. It was not inclusive because this woman went on a talk show and stated that her ambition and her motivation was understanding the issues with black women, black hygiene, cancer, all these different things. And that was her motivation.
As far as you
And
did,
all of a sudden,
Queen,
white
that is
women were
just a
upset.
DEI moment right there with them feeling like they're not included. But go ahead.
Exactly. Exactly. Bitch, what is wrong with you? Where these women, these white women, a handful of them. So now you're going to boycott Target if they don't get rid of this woman's products.
Yeah, I
There's
remember
still
that.
Vagisil and Summer's Eve that you can still shop for. But you were so hell-bent. We have got to stop trying to have this mindset. I hate the term white proximity. I really hate it because everything I do in greatness. There's no comparison to anyone in what I do. So when it looks like white proximity, what you see is greatness and excellence. And there's no comparison to that. We have to stop looking at it like that. If
What do
you
you
don't
say?
want my products, then you don't buy my products. But
What
somebody
do you say
will.
to those women that like you said, the products on the shelf, and the white feminist comes in, hey, we're not included, but then at the same token, you'll have the black female Democrat, well, male and female, but in this case, black female Democrats will they know that supposedly they're supposed to all be under the same leftist or Democrat umbrella, so they'll just roll over in most cases and let this stuff go which
And this is why
sets us
Trump
all
was
back.
rolling back. This is why Trump was rolling back the so-called, with everybody crying about the Civil Rights Act. No, he was rolling back the addendums, the executive orders put in place for them to make these complaints. Because who was the beneficiary of? I mean, beneficiaries of most of this is white women, LGBTQ, and all this other stuff. And then we got black people running around saying, "Oh, he rolled back the civil rights." No, he rolled back the executive orders that gave them a door into our civil rights.
Yep.
So,
And
so,
he
so like,
did
what do we
say,
say to the black female? So, like, my question is, what do we say to the black females that had their stuff, will have their stuff in Target, and then they get targeted by the white female, and they're all riding under the same umbrella. They're in the same car because they're all leftist Democrats. So
yep.
what
Okay.
do we as a people? What measure of accountability and defense do we have for these types of black Judases who prop the door open for these people to bring us down? Because remember when we did the episode about the small hat who basically led the charge to shut down these two black sisters that were giving grants to black owned businesses and all that. Guaranteed he's a leftist, and they all work under the same
DEI,
umbrella.
because they
You
piggyback off of the
know,
inclusion part. This
So
is
like,
why.
what do we do to
I
those
think. Listen,
that
I
sacrifice us
think.
like that?
I think I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, I think that we have to stop with this, all these damn titles and positions. Okay, right? So I'm a nurse. So I have a patient that needed something. Okay, I need some test results. Right? So they asked my
Uh,
first and last name, and what is your title? What is my LPN, RN, PhD? What difference does it make? This title thing. We have to stop doing this, because here's what's happening. People are being challenged with things and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't have answers, and no one wants to look stupid. Are you a conservative? Are you a liberal? Are you left or right? People really don't know what those things mean. You understand what I'm saying? So when we're
yeah,
saying these things, are the Democrats and Republicans? No, let's just call it what it is. The programmed, the uninformed, the ignorant, the foolish, the docile, the complacent. Can I say retarded on here? Because it
might as
means
well.
cognitively. No, let me tell you what it means. It means cognitively delayed. So yes, that is what it is. It's not a Democrat, Republican. You're just slow as hell, and you do not want to be informed. You're not open minded. Like, what do you want? So I'm a Democrat. So because I'm a Democrat, I should be okay with men playing in women's sports. No, it's weird. What do
Facts.
you stand for? Who are you as an individual?
Hey, y'all post the comments up too. Y'all got some comments.
How do we, because I know that we all know this on here. Like, how would you break this down to the black person who's been, because I think it's like this. A lot of black people are just Democrats because their grandpa or grandma was as a family tradition, and they don't even know how detrimental the policies of either of these parties are. They just rolling with the punches and doing whatever they tell them to do from the top. So how would you break that down to somebody who is like just rolling with the tradition, screaming out Trump is taking away civil rights and all this stuff? Like, how would you break that down to them to explain to them what DEI means, what's going on here, and
Hey,
how these different feminist groups and things are damaging us? And
hey,
and
bro.
because it's like basically the people at the top, which are the black boule, and this goes whether Democrat or Republican, basically, because basically black conservatives do the same thing. It's just not as a large of a scale as black Democrats. So how would you break that down to explain to them the systematic oppression that we're experiencing and why we're saying what we're saying?
Hey, I'm
Well,
telling you
here's
like
the
this,
thing:
bro.
like, we
They
don't
not
know
gonna listen. They
everything. No
don't
one
care.
knows everything.
Tell
So
them
what you
tell
have
them
to
to
do is
look at their
ask questions.
lives.
Can I say
Well,
something real quick?
ask questions. Ask questions. So if this is how you feel, why do you feel this way?
They don't care,
Or just
man.
cause that's how it's brought up. Ask questions. That's how you challenge somebody. If you talking trash, then talk that trash. I just know what I know.
What's
You
up,
can
curly
you can
girl? We see
enlighten me and
y'all.
inform me, but why do you feel this way? Why do you think this way? Well, Trump's gonna send us all back to where we came from. Well, do you know where you came from? Where would he send you? Well, you know what I mean. He's a racist. No. Where would he send you?
They playing
See,
on the
ask
ignorance of our
questions.
people. They're
Yeah,
And then
playing on the
yeah,
you're gonna go
ignorance of
back to
our
Miami or
people.
Atlanta or something. I
What's
mean,
up,
because
lovely lady?
it's like this. So if you
37-177.
apply,
We see
if
you.
you apply DEI, here's what happened here in LA, for example. We all remember the LA city council scandal where basically the Mexican individuals that were controlling it. I don't know if they all were Mexican, so we'll say Latino. With Nuri Martinez being the president of the city council at that time, basically they were caught on tape detailing their plans of how they were going to lock black people out of employment, especially management positions, and how they were going to use the redistricting process to basically give themselves control of the city, basically. So that's all made possible through DEI. So how do you explain, like, how do you get like the average black person to understand that you live in Los Angeles. Every single person controlling Los Angeles is of the Democrat Party. All the policies that they're pushing out that you keep rubber stamping and voting for are detrimental to you as a black person. And it's like, and you have gotten to the point to where you feel like you were doing the greatest duty of your lifetime to elevate other groups. Like How do we convey this message to that type of black person?
You asked someone that's so damn retarded. I just said that.
I mean,
How the
you
hell you
can't,
got Chucks
because you
and
can't
pearls?
convey a message to somebody who doesn't want the message sent to them. It's like we've been saying it and saying it. They look around, look at your managers, look at the world, go outside. There's Mexican grocery stores, there's grocery stores for everybody, and then most black people will say, "Well, this was their land first." How
Yep.
was it their land first when there was no such thing as Mexicans until the Spaniards came and raped and pillaged the native land, and we still arguing that these people are black. You don't get mixed people until somebody mixes with them, but yet we arguing that this was their land first, and our grandparents and all them basically bled and fought and got the rights that we have. But you got black people that is, they are so hell bent, bound, and determined not to educate themselves, no matter what you tell them. And so you don't do anything. You let them fall by the wayside because we can't keep carrying dead weight.
Let's be honest, y'all.
Aha.
Let me
Now,
say this, y'all. Let me say
Queen
this real
Tina, can
quick.
you
Hold on,
pray?
y'all. Let me
Can
say
you
this.
pray
Let me
the
say this real
prayer,
quick.
Queen Tina, for the enemy? Oh my God.
I'm gonna say this real quick, y'all. And I think, well, it was another live. I ain't gonna talk about who it was, but y'all know, y'all seen it the other night. But we already talked about this before about integration. The civil rights bill, it let's be honest, I think it hurt us more. And then Judge Joe Brown said we wasn't doing better, but I bet the difficult. I talked to other elders his age and stuff. Judge Joe Brown, he was in that, he's in that, when you caught up in that in the court world, judicial world, he's a judge. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is most black people, the elders I talked to, they like that was the worst thing ever happened. I think black people got lazy as hell. They gave up all their businesses after the civil right, the integration thing happened. We never turned back. We just like, okay, we gonna give all this up, go to the other side. It's better. White man ice is colder, Chinese ice is colder now. And you got, like I said, Dr. Clark said his family had 500 buses in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and they lost all that when integration happened. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't really moved since then. Like we got a couple millionaires. We only got 10 black billionaires out of 760 million billionaires in this country. You only got 10, and that's barely making a billion. Only a few of them. So we really haven't really
that's wild.
progressed as a
Do we
people, man.
even
So
know that
we gotta stop
though?
making excuses. Yeah.
Like, do we even know that? Like, I don't. We have to stop looking at like how the media is, society's portraying it. Like, how many on this panel know a bunch of lazy people? I don't deal with a bunch of lazy people.
Oh, I
Like,
get that.
I just don't.
Yeah, I get what you're
So
saying. But
when
I'm saying,
that
but we gotta be real.
propaganda,
We gotta be
I'm
real
just,
because I'm just saying, like,
I'm
for
just saying,
instance,
I get it. But what
yeah.
happens when you fed up and you sick and tired of being sick and tired? I
Well,
think that's
we
where a
know
lot
it
of us
is. Like,
are.
Well, you
and you
can't
right,
be sick
Angie.
and tired of
Angie,
being sick and
Oh, not
tired
over
if
here.
Angie, you right. We don't associate with those type of people, but the majority of us are that. Like I say, us doing the community cleanups and stuff. Some of them are working now a little bit better than others, but some areas, I'm looking at my people won't be doing it, dumping everything. I mean, it's like, come on, man. Y'all live here. Yeah, you don't own a lot of stuff, but you live here. So when you go through that, it's black. It's a black community. I don't care how you want to slice it or dice it. Like, we gotta, that tells a lot about your mindset too. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause somebody, I think Rizza Islam said it. He said, when we don't like, when we don't take care of our neighborhoods and stuff, it's like it's like your house nasty. You don't take care of your house. You know what I'm saying? Like that tells a lot about us and our mindset. Because I would tell people that word ghetto in the hood. It's hood because you made it hood. Like the white man ain't come in there and do all this. You can straighten everything up. You can have a nice area you want to. You might be poor as hell, but it don't mean you gotta live poor. We gotta stop making excuses. I'm on that level now. A lot of us make too many damn excuses, and we do. Some of us do play the victim. So like them liberals and
yeah.
stuff, they play the victim too much.
Well,
I'm
look
tired
at,
of that
we
shit. I
playing
ain't
the
gonna lie.
victim.
Yeah,
We
a lot
playing
of
the victim now with them
yeah,
yelling, "Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're rolling back this." Okay, when the fuck we gonna get together and build our
exactly.
own black stores?
And
All
that's
these
the
Yep.
thing.
millions
Oh,
of
oh,
black
oh,
products,
God.
all these businesses. When are
Ain't
we
gonna
gonna
do it.
put all our businesses together on one shelf and we shop there? When are we gonna have the black Amazon? Why is all these lines of black people lined up crying that Target and Walmart won't put their stuff in the stores?
Hey,
Build a
what's
building and put your shit on your own
hey,
shelves.
hey, what's our favorite? What's our favorite line? We talk about support black businesses. Oh, they too high, but you don't tell Gucci and Louis and Marc Jacobs and all these people, Chanel,
I
that
wanna
even when
I
you go
wanna
to these
play
high
something.
restaurants, you don't say that. I hate when we do
I
that.
wanna
I
play
never.
something. I want to play something that you just brought up something because I was getting ready to say why they talking about boycotting. What happened to this? Hold on. I just want to show something because
I
last
see you,
time
Jack the
I
Diva.
understood, wasn't we supposed to be boycotting this?
Facts. Forgot all about it. I see people
What,
still with them bags.
Oh, that went away
yeah,
real
I mean,
quick.
what about this? Gucci.
Exactly.
Come
We
on now.
we do
We
stuff
got
for
our
the
rapper. No,
moment.
no, no. What about Prada? What about this?
Keep going.
Oh, I ain't
Keep
I
never
thought
seen
going.
we
that one. Wow, I ain't never seen that
I
one.
thought, and then and then
I
it,
have seen
and then I didn't get time to download Abercrombie and Finch.
Wow. This
You know what
Prada?
about
See,
Tommy Hill
this is the stuff.
figure?
This is the stuff here that would exactly what I'm talking about. Is this these items that we see? This stuff is all pushed out through propaganda, and as you see what Massa does, what see we don't understand the inner workings of white
Mm-mm.
supremacy, which is where they do things. They think strategically, like in 10-year increments. So they think like in decade increments. We think short term and we think reactionary. So they do stuff and we just react to it. We don't understand that every celebrity, every recording artist, every movie star, these people are propped up and groomed by these very brands. You got what's that one that was involved in child sex trafficking or something like that. It's a real popular
I
brand.
think it wasn't in
Balenciaga.
Abercrombie,
No, it wasn't
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Abercrombie. It
Yeah,
was
Balenciaga.
yeah, Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
And you got
Yeah.
these
That
Negroes
was
running
it.
around wearing the Balenciaga pants. So I mean, just like today,
Lil Wayne
DJ
doing it.
Academics has been all over the internet for basically groom talking a 15-year-old boy live online playing a game with him or something like that. And it's like they keep on propping up these same type of black people, and we seem to not be able to bring ourselves to say, okay, that person has black skin, but they are not us. When do we get to the point where we say that Negro's not us? Barack Obama is not us. DJ
I
Academics
wanna
is not us. Megan Thee
I wanna
Stallion is
play
not us.
Facts.
I want to play
And
something.
pull up Jack the Diva. She said
I want
something
to
in the
play
comment.
something
Pull
else
up.
to just go back to where. Give me 1 second. I want to play something else to go back to Pablo, what you were saying about the homelessness. I want you to look at this, and when they finish playing, I want y'all to tell me what y'all see. Look past what you see and tell me what you see. What did y'all see? What did y'all see?
Her
I didn't see
humanity was
anything.
totally stripped. Is basically what I saw. Her
She
humanity
was
was totally
home.
stripped,
No, she was
and
homeless. Go ahead.
it looks like she still had on some of those brand name things and stuff like that. But you could tell that her humanity was stripped. You could see clearly DEI in effect because there was not a black officer there, and even if they
And
were,
that's
there's
what
still
I
not a
was
black
getting ready to
person.
say. That's what I was looking for. You want us to fight to keep them here. Do you see them fighting that this woman is a human and that she needed it? Everybody gets in their uniform, even we do it to ourselves. And the first people they beat on and jump on and humiliate is black people. You see what I saw. That's what you call DEI. They in these uniforms and they're harassing the ancestors' children that gave them the rights to wear that motherfucker.
I'll tell you this. This happened during the first no. This was I think this was either when Trump ran for re-election or during his first term. So on our NAWP Instagram page, we put up this video on Hollywood Boulevard there was a homeless black woman. She was basically saying the same things we're saying right now about what led her into being homeless. It's not because she was negligent with her finances. It's not because she was on drugs. It's basically because we're in a rigged system that if you ain't on the up and up, you gonna find yourself homeless in a heartbeat. So she had a Trump support sign, and this woman got hands put on her by the Mexicans and by the Rainbow live on Hollywood Boulevard. And the video was so crazy that we were contacted by ABC's Channel 7 News about the source of the video, and if we were willing to come forward and let them play the video. And so, like I said, this thing has been going on for so long. And like I said, one Black America accepts this as normal, which is that Black America that basically is definitely loyal to these political parties, mainly the Democrat Party. And then there's the FBAs, the ADOSs, and groups like us, people that have had enough. And it's like, looking at that video, how have we not come to the conclusion and gotten to the point to where we say, you know what, it is time to cut those Negroes off, separate from them, because to them, what they saw in that video, they laugh at that. They think that that's normal. Oh, that Negro just couldn't keep up with
Exactly.
the Joneses. She was off her game.
Exactly.
She wasn't doing what she had to handle her business. That's how they look at that. No sympathy, no compassion, no sense of reality of our actual predicament, that we have over a 50% rate to be that person in that video at the drop of a hat.
Exactly.
I mean, you
Exactly.
see them do
I'm
it to celebrities. I mean, if they wanted to, they can, like, if they pull the plug on Puff, on Sean Combs, he could be the star of a video just like that in a heartbeat. And this is a person that's ultra wealthy.
And that's where we have to get to. We have to stop picking one another apart. We look at our ancestors and we say, our ancestors fought and died for our rights today. So if our ancestors fought and died, I'm at the point, right? And I don't like to be a violent person. I'm about that life, but I'm not. You don't want to push somebody because you don't know. But like, we have to get to the point where we're ready to fight and kill. We had to be at the point. I can't lose my life for my freedom. I can't, because
They're gonna kill
I
us.
can't.
hold on,
No,
hold
I
on.
can't.
I
Don't
I'm
do
mean,
that.
sorry. I'm
why do
sorry.
y'all
I
think?
forgot we
Well,
can't use
Muslims
those
kill
words.
white
I'm
people.
sorry. See what I'm saying? This is
Yo,
not
why do
freedom.
we think that? I mean, this is why the Haitian Revolution was successful, because they had to come to a point where they had to separate from the Boule Negro, the sellout Negro, those beholden unto master. They had to separate, and in their case, even put to death Negroes who were against their own people. Because it's like, at a certain point, you have no choice, because there is no such thing as a. And I'm not advocating violence. Small hats, don't come from an ass. I'm not advocating violence. What I'm saying is, when I say put to death, I mean issue tickets, at the least, at a minimum, issue tickets to the chocolate Titanic. Let you hit that iceberg. Let you feel that icy Atlantic water. Let you bloopity bloop while we watch you go down, because that's what you chose. And I know it's because of our nature that we have that love instinct for one another, but I think the same way we can get violent with each other on the street and kill each other over gangs and all this silly stuff, and drugs and all this, it's time to look at, yes, an AKA. It's time to look at a Roland Martin. It's time to look at an Al Sharpton. It's time to look at a Jay-Z. It's time to look at a Beyonce and go, you know what? You're not us. You are our enemy.
All facts.
And
I'm all for that.
there's no accountability. Go. I'm sorry, Queen. Go ahead.
I said I'm all for that, but I wanted to ask a quick question. Wasn't DEI connected with that scoring system like they have in China?
I
Actually,
don't
yeah,
know. They
yeah,
tell.
it kind of is, because what it is they have a quota. So so for example, here in California, what they were about to do, I think the law was passed, but Gruesome, which is AKA Gavin Newsom, never enacted it to my knowledge. But they circulate. We have a Democrat supermajority, so they've put through laws that basically have legalized pedophilia, legalized prostitution. Right now, if you were within nine years age proximity of an underage child, you don't have to be a registered sex offender in California. So that tells you everything you need to know. So they had this law circulating, and I think they did pass it to where every company operating in California that had, I think, I forgot the amount of employees, but basically every big company that operated in California, so say you were Target or any company that was big, you have to have someone under the acronyms of the LGBTQ agenda on your board of executives and things like that. They had to be in the top brass basically of the company for you to be able to operate in California or you'll be fined. And it's like that's DEI right there in a nutshell. How they're able to do so, move
How
the
weird that
goalpost.
is. Like who's like interviewing with your
And
sexuality?
pull up the
That's so
comments, y'all. We got
weird.
people comments, y'all. Sorry about that. We got some comments in the
That's
chat.
so weird.
What y'all talking about in the
I
comments,
know
baby? What y'all saying down
what
there?
Yeah,
comments saying.
they talking.
Ronald said he has something to say.
But the credit system would be a way to put people in a position where they want to not have bad credit scores or whatever these things were supposed to be. So when I heard that, I thought, okay, get rid of it. Good idea. That's just my thinking.
See, like this thing. Okay, let's take that part. The credit score.
Can y'all
So
put the comments up?
they have lied to black people all across America, got us bending over backwards to raise our credit scores, to balance our debts, this and that. And you turn right around and you'll be darned if you see somebody coming over, can't speak a lick of English, and they got the Bank of China, the Bank of Mexico, the Bank of whatever the country they come from, and they've built up a community. They don't need a credit score because they're going to go to that bank. Armenians don't care about a credit score because they can go to the Armenian bank in their neighborhood and get what they need and circulate and build a business, whether they got in the trash credit or perfect credit. It doesn't matter. I mean, these people, I mean, they're driving around in brand new BMWs because they have that inner system working.
Well, clearly it's not based off of a credit score, clearly, because they don't have any credit. That's what I'm saying. These are the games that we allow ourselves to be roped into. We have to stop playing these games. Like we ain't playing over here. It's just weird. You gotta want something. You don't want to leave people. I'm gonna make it make sense for you. If it don't make sense for you, then
Okay.
that's cool. I've had people tell me, I understand what you're saying. Like I believe what you're saying, but I don't want to come outside of this matrix. I'm more comfortable living a lie. I'm more comfortable being in this. I've heard people say that when I hear it said, I'm like, are you serious? Did you just hear? But that's their truth. And that's
I mean,
cool.
these are the people that will sit up and see Harriet Tubman standing at the exit and be afraid to walk toward her. It's basically the type of people we're talking about. They'll look at D Mays and his crew out cleaning the neighborhood and they'll think they're weird. They'll hear us talking about a homestead and coming out of this matrix, we're weird. They're so afraid to come from under the hand of massa that they're like frozen with fear. Or
Facts.
maybe they or Stockholm syndrome. Maybe they just like it. They want to be a slave.
Yeah, and they love it, man. I think we're immune to damn filth. I'm sorry. Some of us just. I'm
That's some
telling you, man.
fear.
Look,
That's some fear because
we
that's fear.
I,
And
I
that's
have
ignorance.
seen the worst. Listen, man. I see women with period pads thrown on the ground. Come on, man. You got babies walking out there. That's my main concern. Children seeing that, so they see it. They're like, okay, this is normal. This is how we supposed to be. We supposed to live like savages and stuff. Hey, I don't care who I offend. It is what it is. Hey, pull the comments up, y'all. We got comments in here. Can you pull them up to the top? Yeah, we go. Yeah, man, we got. I know that people don't like to say we gotta do better. I'm past all that now. Unfortunately, some of us ain't gonna make it. I'm cool with that. The
Say
people
it again.
here,
Say it again.
hey, bro, it is. Hey, you can't take everybody with you, man. I mean, hell, because let me tell you, we know right from wrong. We ain't stupid people, man. We very intelligent people. I mean, my thing is, you got common sense. We gotta start using common sense in our community. We can't keep talking about the same old thing. Tired of people like Al Sharpton, them. They the past. Nobody don't listen to them old goats no more. They old fossils. They know their time is up. They just trying to make all the money they can make right now. The Jim Clyburns and all them people. The Democrats know it's over for them anyway because they ain't got no young people really taking the mantle. You got Tamika Mallory, but nobody really ain't listening to her like that.
Yeah,
But
they're in
it's
bad
over,
shape right
man.
now.
Yeah, we all over the
Can
place.
I
You
play
know what
devil's
though?
advocate? Can I play devil's advocate real quick? Because
You
I
got it.
think D Mays brought up a real good point. he's talking about the way the black people in the area are living where they have to go clean up the community and things like that. So I don't think it's crossed our minds to ask ourselves, what is that? Why are they living like that? And here is one of the reasons why. I'll like this. So a guy asked me earlier about who were the Moors and why were they always talked about in old movies? And I said, yes, the Moors were the Africans who taught Europe basically how to have hygiene, taught them how to wash themselves, taught them how to be civil, this and that. So when you listen to the description that D. Mays gave, those are people who are living exactly like the white people that the Moors taught hygiene to. So basically they're living like who they love, the massa. That's who they're living like. And that's why to us who know better and are enlightened, it seems foreign to us because that's just another form of people living like their oppressor, because that's literally their nature. That's what they came from. And that's not racism, that's realism.
I agree. Yeah. I just feel
I
like
agree,
it
bro.
is like just a lack of fear and a boatload of just ignorance. You know, people are
Oh
afraid
yeah.
to tap into truth. Like something in your spirit tells you, like, you know, what they say has some wholesome truth, you know, but that fear and that uncertainty and that you know, that complacency is more familiar, you know. So again, it's ignorance. I don't think a lot of people want to be left behind. I don't think a lot of people are racist or hateful. I think people are just ignorant and nobody wants to check somebody and break it down and
Yeah, we
call a
don't like
spade a
accountability
spade.
as a people.
Oh no, hell
We
no.
just
Look,
don't
look. I
we
ain't
don't
gonna
like
front,
no
bro.
accountability.
Ronald got me laughing over here in the chat. He said, hopefully Trump will make our women come back home to the black community. God damn it.
See, like look at this. Like he was saying, like you see the sanitary napkins and stuff and all this the grotesque thing is going on. And like think about what I was saying earlier. When you think about what has been sold to us as high society from Europe, okay, let's take the white female, the feminist, queens of the feminist movement. Why did they make those dresses that had the wide hips on them and they were long gowns? We were told it was elegance, it was beauty. We've also been sold another lie that it was so their shapes can be like black women. No, it's because they would stand there and defecate, urinate on themselves, and there was a way for them to let it trickle down the leg without it being seen, and they can walk away from it. That's basically why those dresses were made. And when you have
Tell them about the high
an
heels, boss. Tell them about the high heels.
you're gonna have to pull around and ruin my dentist his. But that's what this stuff is for. And what we see with us is when you allow yourself to live under oppression and you have I'll call it terminal stage Stockholm syndrome. When you are suffering from terminal stage Stockholm syndrome and PTSD from slavery and racism and whatnot, you eventually start to morph at a certain point into your oppressor. And that's a lot of what we see going on here. And that's why when we're talking about the black boule and the bourgeoisie and all that, in their minds, they know this, they live this, and they figure I'm gonna be at the top brass of this thing because I already know this is where we are. We own this plantation, and I'm gonna get myself in that house. Is their mindset, and it's like for us, I think the greatest failure of Black Revolution since post civil rights, that was already a failure in and of itself. But the greatest failure since civil rights, and this includes the original Black Panther Party, is we have continually tried to drag people kicking and screaming into a revolution that they reject in their hearts. They don't want revolution. They don't want freedom. They look at Harriet Tubman and they say, you, I'm trying to get in that house with Massa so I can live good, babies. And we just can't accept that or
And
won't accept
that's
it.
why I was saying about telling about the high heels, because when they were defecating, they were so nasty that they wore high heels so they wouldn't step in their shit and piss. But
Pretty much.
back to what you were back to what you were saying.
Because it's quiet.
Back to what you were saying. I want to play. I want to play one more thing before we leave because I wanted to tell you about the reparations and how these immigrants want us to fight for them again. They piggyback off our rights. They come in here, they build their own communities. They look down on us. Everybody knows the history of Black people. Everybody
Hey,
knows what happened to us. They repeat it. They live off it because the first thing they say is,
okay.
look, we've been oppressed. The Mexicans, you have not been oppressed. You were not American. You were not used as slaves. But I
Kathy,
want to play this and
Ca-
show you their mentality.
Kathy, before you
And
play it, hold on, I'm gonna ask a question. What Ronald saying? He said they're just getting warmed up, then they break out. No, he said something about whites are not arrogant or nothing. We have to stop Trump. I didn't know he would do all this. What you mean, Ronald? Do what?
no, I mean, do all, it don't matter. He's a white man. We
Exactly.
need to stop looking at a white man to think he's going to come do something for Black people. He's doing stuff for his people. The
And,
Latinos do stuff for their people.
yep,
The
and
That's
white,
the
Black
foreign
people ain't
the
doing
concept,
not
though.
a
Mexicans do
goddamn
stuff for
thing.
their people. Why wouldn't you expect it? I just expected him to stop the Latinos and all them from lynching on to what we have built, and that's what he did. I ain't expect
Listen,
no more. But look
We
at
are the only
this.
fools. We are the only fools who think it's a foreign concept to literally
Yeah.
do for your own people.
hey, Ronald, you say he acting like Hitler.
Yes.
What about Biden
Hold
and
And
on.
how
Romney
is
and
he
all
acting
them?
like
Yeah,
Hitler? Who is he killing and experimenting on? What is
yeah.
he
I need
doing?
Ronald. I need to
Hold
sit
on,
up
hold
here and
on,
say,
hold
I
on,
want to hear
hold on,
Ronald.
hold
The
on.
task force reported the total amount could be as much as 800 billion. 800 billion. That's 2.5 times the size of our entire state budget. To pay for that, you'd need a major tax hike, unlike anything this state has ever seen before. I recognize and acknowledge the painful part of our history. The pains of our past should not be paid by the people of today. The majority of our state is Latino and Asian, making up 55% of our population. Most of them, like me, are first, second, or third generation immigrants who had nothing to do with slavery, discrimination, Jim Crow laws. Nothing. It is fundamentally unfair to force these people to pay for this, and because of that, I will be opposed.
Did you
Now,
hear that?
Screw you, lady.
It's the audacity for me that we second, third immigrants. Bitch, you wouldn't be an immigrant here if it wasn't for the Black people who you don't want to pay. Everybody comes over here and walks over our ancestor bones, graves.
Facts.
per much.
Hey, she
Now,
playing the
now,
victim,
Ronald.
man. She playing the
Now,
victim. Trump, you said you voted for Trump. He's detaining
We get
legal
this kind of
citizens. What you talking
mess.
about, Ronald? What legal
now,
citizens?
now, Ronald.
I
The
want to
question,
hear.
the question
Oh, I'm
becomes,
sorry.
Ronald,
Did y'all hear
sir.
me? My
Can
Yeah,
Bluetooth
Ronald
Yeah,
trying
we
to
come
hear
act
up?
you.
up.
What you been say, Pablo? But you
yeah.
better
The
you
question
can address
becomes,
Ronald.
Ronald, sir.
Hello.
When Trump was sworn in as president, did suddenly your bank account go to zero? You lost your job. You got booted out into the street, and then your life just went to shambles. I mean, this mindset
Okay, I'm
that
sorry. Did y'all hear
all
me?
hell breaks
My
loose when a
Bluetooth was
Republican gets
Yeah,
into
connected.
office.
yeah.
This
You good? You
mindset,
good?
this mindset that everything goes to hell in a handbasket when a Republican gets into office amongst Black people has got to stop. But that's literally Stockholm syndrome that you are exhibiting the signs of. That's Stockholm syndrome right there. That's borderline schizophrenia right there. You're worrying about green men coming down in a spaceship from a planet that doesn't even exist. Basically, it's a boogeyman. There is no such thing as. I mean, of course, when certain presidents like LBJ was probably one of, in terms of what he's done to Black people, is probably the most dangerous president that we've lived through.
I
And
don't know.
you
What
won't
about
process that.
Andrew Jackson? I don't know with the Trail of Tears. I don't know. I don't know,
I mean, as
King.
far as us today, like our modern, like us right now, LBJ, this is the person who said, "I'm gonna have them ninjas voting Democrat for the next 200 years." This is the person who literally is responsible for assassinating most of our Black leaders from the 60s and 70s, to the point where today most of us are afraid to even get involved with any Black empowerment movement because of it. He single-handedly destroyed that brotherly and sisterly love that we have for one another, that was responsible for the rise of the Black Panther Party. He neutralized that. He nullified that.
Can
And
I
fast
go ahead?
forward
I'm
to
sorry,
now,
King.
when you hear this fear-mongering talk that all's going to fall apart because Trump is in office, Negro, what rock have you been living under? We have not been living like kings and queens the whole 4 years Biden was in office.
Or before
Unless
that.
or
Did
before that.
Biden not give our benefits away? We white people have been mad at us, calling us the welfare kings and queens. They say we on Section 8, but then Biden turns around and gives them triple food stamps, gives them housing for
Pretty much.
years, because welfare ain't nothing but assistance from the government. White people get welfare for their private schools, but they don't call it welfare. They call it government assistance or programs and grants. It's like,
Because
where are we? What are we talking about here?
because you see, Ronald, while
Facts.
you are living from check to check for the past 4 years, and I don't know your financial status. Maybe you wasn't living check to check, but odds are, if you black, you basically are. So while this is going on for the past 4 years, do you not know that Ukrainians were hauled over here and other immigrant groups were hauled over here while we're in there scratching and scraping and budgeting, trying to make things, trying to make ends meet? These people are coming in here with grocery baskets full. Every male and female has their own EBT card, and we countless times we've gone to the store and seen this for ourselves. They're in line with stacked up baskets, and everybody that's a citizen of this country is just standing there trying to figure out how we gonna pay for what we got in the basket with a little bit of stuff. And these people are coming in handed. I mean, you're talking about people who were given free rent. Talking about people who were given, some
They
cases,
still living
houses.
off of free rent. They got free rent for years. They're
And
getting
was that
free
not
education. We
and
look
was
at
that
it as
not the
private.
same thing? See now, was that not the same thing that Martin Luther King Jr. spoke on before he got assassinated, where he talked about how America gave the white peasants from Europe millions of acres of land, millions of dollars, the land grant colleges and all that stuff? Was that not that speech that they don't want you to hear in school? Was that not exactly what he was talking about, how they were able to get a leg up over everybody?
And then we was
Yeah,
told to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. And that's exactly
well,
what we did. And they came and destroyed the bootstraps.
to use
And
their
that's exactly
bootstraps for
why Martin
something
Luther King
else.
was that's exactly why Martin Luther King died on the hospital bed covered in white spit and with a pillow over his face, because he realized trying to have that bootstrap, trying to do it their way, was taking us into a burning house. And that's why bangity bang bang.
Can I touch on real quick? And I know we're
When
almost
I
out of
said
time.
that
I do want to touch
in
on.
Facebook, nobody wanted to believe me. Now that it's coming out, everybody's on board with it. I said
Wait,
that
wait,
when they
wait,
said it
wait.
a long time ago when I was on Facebook. I'm just saying that. Go ahead, Queen.
Can I? No, I love to hear your voice, Queen. It's so beautiful. I want to say we have to stop with this Hitler Nazi thing. Like, we have to stop with this. It is a stupid comparison. Okay, especially if you understand the history of things, right? So with Hitler and all these things that happened with that, with World War II, we had no business in that war. There's an account of Hitler sending letters
Facts.
to President Roosevelt trying to get out of this war. You understand me? So, like, with this, all this stuff happening, Nazis, if you don't understand Operation Paperclip, a lot of those Nazis were brought over here by this government. Their children still
Why
in
are we
orphanages
crying,
right now.
Queen? I want to say, why are we crying about Nazis anyway when that was not us? From my understanding, it was the Jews. Those the ones getting the reparations. So how are we complaining about the Holocaust when black people have our own Holocaust where they won't even acknowledge it?
They won't. So please stop referring to people as Nazis and Hitler and all that shit. Like, it is so extreme. Why not compare them to the Bushes or the Clintons
And
or the
really, I
Obamas? It's
don't give
kind
a
of the same
damn
thing,
about them
isn't
other
it?
people, because I mean, that'd be funny, man. We gotta worry about ourselves. Like you see how the small hats, how people respect them. I want the same respect. You gonna respect black people like you respect them. So I don't. They gotta handle their own business. They got their power and stuff. We need power. That's just like Dr. Clark Anderson said. Hey, I want black supremacy. See, people think supremacy is a bad thing. No, it's about just getting power. We should be wanting the same thing. It's a rat race. Everybody trying to get power, and black people scared of power. I land my plane. God damn it.
We're
Yeah,
not
we
You
are.
got
focused
and you
on
got Asians, so
trickery.
you got Asian supremacy. Asians don't even advertise food. We
Exactly.
just go to them. Look at America. I'm telling everybody, walk out your door like I've been saying. I've been saying as the micronation why we created the UEOA is because it was a vision of having black people come together
Facts.
and selling and buying and building stuff for our own. Because I put on Facebook while everybody's crying and complaining, what is the next president we're preparing for? Where's the next black politician that we're preparing for to put in the seats of power to help black people the way that white people and way that Latinos and the immigrants and everybody else is being helped? They're using our backs to stand up on and yell to the government. Where's the next black, the real black president that's going to come for our needs?
Exactly.
Because Obama damn sure didn't.
Exactly. It's no black and brown coalition. There's no minorities, no people of color. That is dead. Nobody use that anymore. It's only black. That's the only thing we should be worrying about. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, like I say, everybody always run to us when they want help. Just like the Mexicans talking about, yeah, black people, you know, y'all was slave. Y'all understand this whole thing about the immigration stuff. Nobody cared. Look, you gotta hold your own nuts, like your boy say. So we don't care. So it is what it is.
It's called karma. It's called karma.
Yep.
They're getting their karma. White people are getting their karma because Trump ain't just they want to make it look like it's black. White people and immigrants and Latinos are tricking us again. White people have to go back to work. He's cutting off that bit. Trump just said, what I don't understand is if he's after black people, and this is so much as Project 2025, how come he's releasing the declassified the files so black people can know who killed Martin Luther King? How come he's saying that he's switching back the birthrights because the birthrights was for slaves because we were not considered citizens? And how come he's saying that he's getting rid of the 2009 executive orders that was placed on the Civil Rights Act, the reason why we have LBGTQ? You don't understand why Obama put that in place so that now they fight in court to say they have a right to be in women's sports, that they have a right to be in the women's bathroom. This is how they're doing it, by using the Civil Rights Act. It's like we don't want to study. We don't want to study. He said, Trump, if you go look at the video, Trump said the worst thing that happened to the black community was immigrants. When you look at the draft riots and all that, because we weren't considered citizens and the immigrants that came in they the one were burning down black orphanages and lynching us and doing this stuff. Look up the draft riots. They said that they didn't come over to this country to fight for black people. We've had a war with immigrants for a long time and we don't know it because we won't teach ourselves real history. The only thing we fucking teach each other is that a damn white man on a stick is going to save us after all this bullshit is over. I land my plane.
My fault. My fault. Nikki just said, hold on, y'all. Nikki just said that they supposed to start food stamps next month. Pull that up. So if that's true, I'm gonna be honest. Hey, man,
starve. Black people need something to spark their day. Sometimes you got to go through the worst of the worst for black people to open their eyes because they comfortable fucking slaves.
Yeah, I mean, we got too comfortable. Yeah, you got to get our own money, man. We got to grow our own food and stuff. We got to learn how to cut back on stuff. You listen, man. Nothing's forever. You think these people gonna keep on giving you assistance and stuff? Hell, they're gonna cut a lot of stuff out, but people just don't want to face that fact. So I know Ronald said exactly, man. Let me tell y'all, man. this is all designed for us. Look, that system. Remember, white women was on food stamps. Don't forget that. Black people, for black women, getting
the majority of people on food stamps are white people.
Yeah, exactly. It ain't just black people. They be tripping me out. They be thinking it's all a black problem. No, you know,
they want it to be a black problem because they want us to get mad and fight for it so they can go back to benefiting off of it.
The elderly, yeah, I agree with that, Nikki. Yeah, you're right. They worked all their life. They should get it, but unfortunately, they don't care about the elderly people.
My mama is an elderly, and I have to buy my mama food every month. They give my mama $35. Fuck these food stamps.
You're right. Cause look, when my mom was living, they gave her $15. That woman worked 30 plus years of her life, and she was disabled, and they gave her $15. You got these lazy ass girls out here having all these children getting $2,000. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like we have to start arguing about this stuff. Like we all losing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all losing. I want a food stamp card.
It's just that now white people losing with us. That ass has got to go to work. You can't keep
Yep.
them comfortable jobs. You ain't getting them Pell Grants. He put a pause on the Pell Grants. Why? Because most of these offices, and they saying he getting rid of FEMA. My family have been in disasters. FEMA didn't help us but a couple of $100. They getting rid of
Yeah.
FEMA. They getting rid of a lot of departments that has been the gatekeepers of swindling the money out the communities and lining the pockets of those that want. Right now in Florida, they use almost $8 million to rebuild the beaches. And where did that come from? Out of FEMA. Not the rich people who got their condos and they the only ones who can enjoy the beach. So
Wow.
a lot of this shit that Trump is doing, we need to look more into it before getting mad. I'm not saying that he's perfect, but look into what is going on, because the man is saying immigrants was the worst thing that happened to black people. The man said he want to work with the black community. The problem is the black community is used to being the field slaves who won't fucking run.
Yeah.
Get
You
up,
know,
learn businesses, learn how to get together and build a black Walmart, a black Amazon. It's
Facts.
time to stick together one way or the other. Stick together or die together.
Yep. You know what? I know
And
people saying it's a
keep in mind,
shame
the
and it's
immigrants are
crazy.
not
See,
just
the thing is, we not
not just
used to.
Republican
We
people.
so used to living a certain way, man, and you know, and sometimes you got to work. See, the thing about it, our people talk a lot. I'm listening to fan base right now. They talking kind of the same thing, and I'm like, we just talking. Everybody, it's 1,000 rooms. We talk about the same stuff, but see, the UEOA is making moves and doing things. We ain't gonna put everything out on social media because you ain't supposed to, but this, at the
Exactly.
same time, a lot of our people do a lot of talk. I know a lot of most of the people I go on, if you look at most of these people on YouTube, listen to the chat rooms and stuff like that, them people ain't doing that. You ask them what you doing, they're not doing a damn thing. They're just getting hyped up. A lot of these black YouTubers are hyping a lot of our people up to make them they feel good medicine. And then you ask them what they doing, they're not doing a damn thing. It's just something to keep going and stuff. I'm be honest with you, I don't even listen to a lot of them no more because I know they're just doing it just for clicks and views and money. But we are really trying to get information out to our people. Self-sufficient is the way to go, y'all. You got to learn how to survive out here because like Rome gonna fall. It's gonna happen. Even some of the YT people saying that they know it's gonna fall. A lot of YT people coming out talking about, yeah, you know, this whole system about to fall. Y'all better get ready. So black people most definitely better get ready. I land my plane. God damn it.
Good conversation.
I'm gonna be gone.
I just want y'all to keep in mind that the immigrants, when we talk about the immigrants, you know, being a threat, like I hope you all do know that when it comes to white and black, like white people they're not white, they're Irish, they're Scottish, they're European, they're British. We call them white here. So like we are keep a line, we are the ones before. Okay, that's what that means, the ones before. We've been all over this planet since the beginning of time. There is no white proximity. It's always been trying to be to black proximity. That's the threat. That is the threat. We are the threat. So let's be boots on the ground. You can't be in a war zone and not be equipped for battle. If you piss about something and you're not boots on the ground, then you just piss. And nobody gives a shit about you being pissed. Excuse my language. You're just mad. But you're not motivated. You're not doing anything. So if you have an issue with something, make some moves.
Exactly.
UEOA,
Make some moves.
FBA, ADOS, whatever you want to be, whatever.
We all need to be getting together. Like we said, that was the whole point of UEOA, is for all black groups to come together to build. I said when we started UEOA, we needed to be ready for a 2024 presidency, whether who it was, because we cannot keep depending every 4 years to think that some white man gonna sit on the seat and save us when the president don't even hardly have the power. You see, whatever Trump did, you got the judges lined up, white, majority white, to do what they're gonna do to reverse it. What we gonna do now? Wait for them to finish fighting, and then Trump get out of office, and then it go right back to where it was, where they can get their food stamps.
Exactly.
Is that what they want?
Depending on the system. Yeah, them days are over.
Gotta make it.
By that time, y'all, I hope we gave y'all enough juice tonight.
Yes, we got to get up out of here. Our website is kind of down. We rebuilding the website.
Yeah,
but what we're trying to do is trying to get with black people who have the knowledge. I don't know the knowledge of building a manufacturing place, But we need to get together, and black people need to stop trying to sport and stop supporting some black people who only care about sporting um these white labels, and get together and start building black labels, start building black stores. Let's put all the black products up. Stop crying about Walmart. Like I see Tabitha or whatever her name is. What is her name? Tabitha Brown, the vegan, and everybody talking about Walmart. It's
Oh
time to
yeah,
stop being ignorant.
exactly.
Take your products and let's all put it on one page. But they got us thinking it's not enough. So we compete with each other instead of helping each other.
Yep.
We a $1 trillion spending industry, and we complaining that a fucking Walmart and Target won't put our shit on the shelves.
Yeah, because
TikTok gave us an opening.
we want to do the work, and we got to stop practicing individualism. That's one of our biggest problems. I got mine, you get
Exactly.
yours. That bullshit. Excuse my language.
Exactly. And then when we do get the money, they want to get the money so that you can go buy the white labels to make it look like you can stand up against the best white man in the room, or
Hey,
the best
DJ
white
Black,
woman
I
in the
like that.
room.
Real G's move in silence. Facts. Like I said, we can't put everything online. We do got to move in the
They
shadows.
do. They do. Do you all? I know we had to go, but do you all know who David Stewart is?
No,
No,
who's
Anybody on this
that?
I'm
platform? David Stewart is the wealthiest black person in America.
That's
Y'all
the
don't
one
know
like
his
12
name though.
billion or something. Yeah, I think I might.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't know his name. So when we say, how many millionaires and billionaires, everybody don't have to put their information out there. And he does influential things in the black community. You don't have to put your shit out. Excuse me, you don't have to put your shit out there. It's not for everybody. I don't. If I had $1 million, I wouldn't want anybody to know. I would move
Yeah.
accordingly, though.
Yeah.
We have to be strategic, and we
Yeah.
have to have a plan. You have to feel self-confident. I don't know where anybody else is listening, but you have to find your self-worth, your
Yeah.
God-like abilities.
I
And I'm so
appreciate
sick
that.
of black people being Christians, but you have no God-like ability and power and authority.
Exactly.
Don't you all find that strange?
You're right. Hey, DJ Black 909 said simply wholesome in Los Angeles, black owned supermarket in Los Angeles, black owned, 2 black owned grocery stores in Los Angeles. Okay, cool. You got one here in the south side of Atlanta, and you got one downtown. You got actually an automated grocery store here in Fayetteville, Georgia, is black owned. State of the art. I love it because we got to get on. Y'all know how I am about that technology. We got to stay up on technology, black people. And yeah, we got some couple black plazas here too. So yeah, man, this shout out. Let's start shout out to black owned businesses and stuff like that, and just start building it up. The ones who don't want to rock with us, the hell with them. We won't keep this thing moving. We ain't got no time to be holding nobody's hands. I'm sorry, it's a new day. I land my plane. We about to get up out of here. Yeah,
Can
just
y'all
two,
hear
man. But
me?
we gotta keep it. It's one in New Orleans too. But I know we got a
I'm
long
looking
way
for
to go, man. But
the thing.
we got like
I'm
Angie
looking for
said
the
earlier
fine
before
thing.
we got started. We gotta be consistent as a people. We can't do stuff. We can't be no sometimers. We do a lot of sometimers. We
Looking
sometime
here
on
for the
boycotts
burger.
too. We'll boycott stuff for 2 days and then get back to it. Just like the
Black
NFL. You know
folks.
damn well y'all want to
Oh,
boycott the
just like the
NFL.
NFL.
Yeah,
Just
you
like the
still got
NFL.
black people lining up. You
Oh
can't
yeah,
even
no,
convince
you're
black
never gonna
people to
stop
take
that.
all they talented young boys and create a team.
Yeah,
You
they ain't
can't
gonna never
get black
stop
people
right
to
there.
do
I'm sorry.
nothing.
Yeah, they gonna sport black. We locked in sports. All right, that's just the way it is. Like you gotta change. It's a whole. You gotta change a whole generation. You gotta change the mindset of a whole. You gotta start with the babies. You gotta do it from the babies. You can't change the mindset of adults too much. So I faced that fact years ago. It gotta be
You
our
don't think
babies.
so, D-Mays? You don't think so?
Nah, if we get a certain age, that's it. You gotta. I think once you might can catch them in the teenagers, but once they get in them 20s and stuff, they ain't really trying to hear that. Nah. I mean, if
I
you
don't
do,
know.
if I put it this way, and just what I'm trying to say, we meant like the kids we mentor. I can talk to them all day, but guess what? Their reality is when they go back home. When they go back home,
Yeah, I
that's what
want
they
some
got to deal
fried
with.
chipotle
So
chops, or you want
that's
the
just what it is. So
steak and
yeah,
gravy thing? Damn.
but yeah, we better get up out here because Kathy, Tina cooking.
Queen Tina cooking.
Ah,
Yeah,
y'all hear
We
me?
hear
we
you.
better get up
We
out of
hear
here though.
you.
Yeah. Somebody said it. Hold on, let's get the last chats in, y'all. Let's pull all the chats up. We got the same chats in at the top. Somebody said exactly what we supposed to be boycotting NFL. See how that worked out exactly, Juju B. All these professionals coming together and teaching Black history. And look,
Yeah,
let's end this on this
we
Black History thing. They said Trump's supposed to be in Black History Month. I'm not phased by that. You know why? Because just like that CRT thing. Hey, meet your mic, Tina. Meet your mic. Just like this whole CRT crap. Let me tell you something, man. Okay, appreciate that, Jay. My boys, appreciate it. Yeah, just like that CRT thing, we should be educating our own people. You feel me? Like we should not be worrying about the school system educating our kids about Black history or any kind of history for our people. We should be educating our kids on Black history, all that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not teaching us no real Black history. Let's be real. They're not teaching us no real Black history. So I don't care about them stopping Black History Month because it's Black History 365 days. And I land my plane. I appreciate that, Jack the Diva.
Well, anybody else want anything else to say? Have anything else to say before we get up out of here?
We good on that. I mean, any more
No,
comments?
good conversation. Just everyone be accountable. Just be self-accountable and just have some confidence in yourself. Like walk in your purpose. Nobody has to get it, but like walk in your purpose, you know.
Exactly.
So and do the right thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Exactly.
Wasting time and space.
Curly girl, we see you. Nikki said they're teaching all kinds of topics for free. Facts. Yeah, man. We supposed to be teaching our own kids, man. Don't worry about them teaching history. The only thing your kids should go to school for learn the math, the science, and stuff like that, and the history. Leave that up to the families, and then if you don't know about your history, it's some people in the community that'll teach them. We can't stop making excuses. I teach my kids. We mentor some of the kids in the community. Yeah.
And
DJ,
that's why I feel like we just can't start with like the children, because these children have parents that have been their foundation. Like we have to be able to hold adults accountable.
Yeah, I agree with that, but
we have to.
Are they gonna listen though? That's the thing. But I got you.
Yeah, they do what they told. That's my thing. Do what you're told. Yeah, do what you're told. You need some help. You know, we have to stop being so docile. You know, you don't force it, but like again, my thing is asking questions. I can't tell you stupid, but I'll ask you like what you saying making sense? Like do you sound like you know, we have to do that, and we can't be afraid of it. You know, well, they don't get me, they don't respect me. That, you know, if you ain't rocking what I'm talking about, you can say that, and then I can move along. Let's not waste nobody's time. But we have to hold one another accountable. And I'm here to tell you, as a 43, I've been approached with some things as an adult that I'm like, oh my God, that can't be true. That's not right. But I had to make a decision. You know, you had to make a decision. You can stay in this nonsense, or you can do something better. It's not for everybody though, because you got to be boots on the ground. You know,
the nonsense going to be here. The nonsense going to be here. We need to be building land. We need to be putting our resources together. We need to be looking at us. We don't need to be crying about little kids who don't belong here. I want to say this before we go. Black people are fighting. Talking about, oh, the immigrants. Not the immigrants. The illegal ones are being shipped away. The ones that committed crimes are being shipped back home. The ones that came over here as exchange students or and had kids to piggyback off the birthrights situation, taking advantage of it. Those are not here. If you're gonna feel sorry for them, feel sorry for your brothers and sisters that's sitting in prison because they were selling drugs and the cracks that was dropped on the streets that the government put there because they took away all the resources and they're sitting in prisons. Why don't you get out there and fucking protest that they be released, while white men are sitting up here with all these dispensaries and stuff making billions of dollars, and we still got black people who have to pay fines because they got marijuana in their pocket. Miss me with the bullshit, as everybody is Michi, and make it make sense as Michi and Queen Amadeus says.
Facts.
You know, if you're gonna cry for anybody, cry for the motherfuckers that look like you, that struggle like you, that when we get together, that grandparents bled and sweat, our great grandparents bled, died, and everything just for you, not for you to let somebody else in on your back when you ain't even when your back got holes in it from everybody else standing on it. I don't care about them little kids and everybody. Let them go to their country and fight and die and make their presidents and everybody else give them rights. We can't go to their countries and do shit.
Exactly.
And I land my plane.
No lies detected, y'all. And I think that's a wrap.
And that is a wrap. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Each one teach one. We're gonna keep pushing out the truth. We not crying for nobody else that don't cry for us. You seen the videos, replay it. You see that like the immigrants and stuff, they don't even want us to have reparations. So
Hey
you
y'all,
know
make sure
what?
y'all like and share too, y'all. We be on like and share when we be on.
Yeah, everybody hit the like button and subscribe and share. Even if you share
Yeah.
your own email, like share, hit freaking share.
Peace
And we're
and
gonna
love.
All right, we out, y'all. Peace.
Blessings.
peace. And the
Good
website is
night.
being updated.
The United Empires of Akibalon is a sovereign nation founded on the principles of Black economic empowerment, self-determination, and community building. Our mission is to create a safe and prosperous haven for Black people to live, work, and thrive together, free of the chains of white supremacy. We are committed to building a just and equitable society that values the contributions of its Black citizens and fosters a culture of innovation,